Okay, well, let's just get a little bit. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's do that again. Let's carry on. Okay, well, hi, I'm Paul Murphy, and I got no way of proving it. You just have to take my word for it. Do you know there should be a piece of paper on the bottom of this here that shows you where to look to stop your eyes going towards the viewfinder, and it keeps falling off. But there you are. Hopefully, I'm looking at you now. So I'm Paul Murphy, and this is my new book. Painting by my son, my amazing, talented son, Dylan. Picture of him behind me. The book, and he also did that one there. The book is called One More Rainbow Before the Lights Go Out. It is a book of song lyrics and poems, mainly all this year, 2022. I've delved into my back catalogue only a couple of times. There were some songs there that didn't make the other anthologies, and I thought should be out there. Always wary about doing song lyrics because they don't have the same cadence on the page as they do. You know, it's hard to do them because you've always got the tune in your head, you know. I'm trying to, as an aside, I'm trying to piece together one final book today. And I rewrote House of the Rising Sun a couple of weeks back. Made it this kind of epic, dark narrative ballad about a 13-year-old girl. I've recorded it for YouTube if you want to get a pre-advanced glimpse of it. Hard saying as a 13-year-old girl. I didn't try and do the voice. But anyway, but the point is, you know, so I'm going to put that one in to illustrate to people, you know, because then they can see, you know, they know that tune. It's an old traditional tune, long out of copyright. And then they can put the music to it as they read it. Let's just hope that I get around to finishing it. So where should we start here? Well, this is a bit of a sad one to start with, okay, but perhaps this is possibly... this is called A View Through a Child's Tear. I know what you're looking for and the places that you've been searching to. No one's going to give an alibi to you. You cause such pain everywhere you go and revel in its sight. That's why you sleep alone every night. There's a scorched earth where your footsteps tread. People scourging for their lives. You're twisted in so many ways. It's frightening. Hatred shines out of your eyes. You try hard to cover up the sins that you commit. But Judgment Day knows where you live. Some things you do, even the devil would not admit to. Things that heaven could not forgive. When you read the scriptures, they turn to dust in your hands. Better to die unashamed. Everyone's bought shares in you, but the market's crashed. All that's left are dreams that were shot down in flames. There's a banquet famine on which you feast, and they're dining on your soul. Whenever you call up, the message says it's the number of the beast. Infamy ways, always your goal. No one dares to turn their backs on you. They will be just waiting for the dagger to land. I had an epiphany once. That's what led me to a different view. Everything clean got so out of hand. If love's a prairie, all the wagons have broken wheels. We never made it home across the range. I saw your diary once and it said, I wasn't there. Written in a language kind of strange. You like to throw bombs in the wishing well. You love to see how many ripples you can create. I wish I knew what had gone down in your past that filled your todays with such hate. You've pulled the monuments down saying this is a false idol and I only worship anger as my God. I see the children cower in fear at the sound of your voice and cover up the ground on which you've trod. What kind of twisted view falls out of your shallow eyes to match the words that your sluice mouth spits? You say, don't talk to me unless you're on your knees. A crown of snakes so well fits. In your dark cellar no light can penetrate. Nothing permeates that twisted spite. I looked straight into that dungeon once, but never was I brave enough to stay the night. There's no cure if the disease is yourself. You can't run. You can't escape. You can change the colours you wear, but not what's been painted inside. But yesterday was too long to wait. You brought the jester in on a comet of love and said, paint a picture using only words. But my palette was empty. My hand would not move. I think blank pages were enough proof. You speak in metaphors that never did exist. You kiss the ones you claim you love the same way. Can you cross the frozen lake and reach the safety shore? I think your guides have led you astray. Deep down in the city, there's a street where no one walks. You made it your home. When things get hard on Desperation Boulevard, it seems that's the best place you know. When the sky plummets and the oceans rise, the only thing that will be constant is fear. That's when your celestial vision will come into bloom. That's also when you will hold your viper near. Everything that's come to pass has somehow yet to be. We never saw the writing until it was too late. Paradise is wasteland if you don't know how to believe. Won't you meet me at Eden's gate? Inside the locked box that Pandora bequeathed to you, there's 100 ways to torture those present. And you use your tongue's daggers like a surgeon uses his knife. Whoever knew you'd grow to be so decadent? Where was the virtue in a child's tear Where is the reward in pain? What kind of yield do you get from disdain-flamed anguish? How I wish they'd never spoken your name. You drive away at dawn, and you don't look back. And me, I don't recall the portrayal trail. 15 executioners were on your payroll. The lambs were the ones inside your jail. Your chicanery smile, it burns through many armours. The sword of justice stayed sheathed. And your false judges, who believe the promise your eyes sent them, or the travesty and anguish their verdicts leave. So let the train roll out, the carriages are empty, and I hear that up the line the bridge is out. I'll sit here and count the broken promises you sent me, if you ever need them back. If, no doubt. Over the last hill's brow there's a trail well trod, with the shadow of remorse to illume the way. From ancient days up to the new dawn's rays, no one in your clique has changed their ways. When I look at you, I have to turn my head. My soul would turn to stone and then to dust. I believe in those that stride towards the light. You lie with those even hell distrusts. There's a typhoon stored up in the recesses of your childhood. It's like a tsunami of bile when it erupts. Like the prima donna quoted as he was taking stock. Once you've met her, the only way is up. Are you counting down the sands in your jar? Or the moments that it takes your next deal to appear? Don't think you're so accurate anymore. There's a thin line between desire and fear. I've seen your river and pondered why it runs upstream, just to land in the rapids of your tongue. I think that when you count out what's come back to what went out, even you will see the last song has been sung. Try and look around and see the void you face. Was it clearly your intention all along? There's a weather hanging over that old fireplace. They're never going to forgive you until the rapture comes on strong. Dig your portrait out and maybe keep the frame. Time catches up with one and all. They will write upon your tombstone in invisible ink. Everybody had a ball. They will cut your name out of every memory I have, put them into a bed with my sleepless nights. That way I know I will finally be at peace when your enchantress comes to douse my lights. You pulled the rainbow down just to destroy a child's dream, replaced the pot of gold with hate. Don't think the scales won't get evened up sometime on the wind of sin that you create. You can run off home now if you remember where it is. And if they'll let you come back in. If this was some kind of contest you made up for fun, don't you see that no one got to win? I think the orchids are going to bloom one last time tonight. I will put one in my lapel, put a cross down where you lay to sleep, and a desecrated poppy where I fell. That was, as I was saying at the start, that was a hard one to do because the tune to that is quite, I wrote it with a piano tune in my head, it's quite complex. My mind just wanted to run with it. And also it's a very personal piece of work that. This is actually just the first print that arrived today, and so I've still got a week to change some words around. You've been very kind, thank you. I'm going to try and get through about another 7 from the book. Some other stuff is on my YouTube channel purely as songs, such as Used to Glide Barefoot Through My Dreams, which will, you know, it works better as a song because it was written as a song, purely in that structure. And you may already have heard it. Anyway, enough rabbiting on here. I'll just do a close-up on Dylan's amazing artwork.